are people like they like know everything? You know, I mean, sometimes you meet people that think they do, but that's not really what you're asking. I think you're asking something else. You know, as if somehow through their experiences they've been opened up to some kind of vast field of knowledge, something like that. I think you're asking. Say more about your question. I'm not sure I'm getting the whole thrust of what you're asking.
It's just like there seems to be people at certain key positions in society, in life, and culture, especially in the United States, that seem to be opening up people's minds in a big way. Have you ever heard of the magician named David Blaine?
No, I don't. I haven't. But
no, I haven't either. Tell us a little bit about him.
He's had a couple of, like, ABC specials or something. I'm not sure of the network. I just remember this guy's show. And he just does his, like, man-on-the-street magician acts. But saying magician acts is kind of discrediting the guy, because he goes out and does instant psychic stuff with people he picks at random. I mean, some of the tricks that he does, some of the I don't know what even word to use to describe what he actually puts on camera, but they are illusions or tricks or some sort of mind play that are too beyond reality to dismiss. You can't dismiss them. I can't even describe them to you.
I see what you're asking about psychics. No, I think there's something there. I mean, I've personally had experiences with psychics that knew things about me that there was just no way they could have known. I mean, some of the best psychics just tune in. There's just no way that they could have gotten that information from any other source. I mean, there are many, many situations I've seen like that, and they have a capacity to somehow open up to the consciousness field of another person and get tuned in. It's whether it's telepathic or it's part of what the Hindus call the Akashic records, or that, in other words, all knowledge is somehow registered and you just have to find a way to tap into it. I don't know, but there are psychics that know things that they have not been told by the usual means of communication.
It's like this guy has otherworldly airs, and I just think that there are all levels of society and business and commerce and major religions. I think that it's all there. Do any of you know what the Illuminati are?
You know, that's a very interesting question, and I can address it for a very strange reason. I never really believed there was such a thing as the Illuminati, but I think I was once approached very subtly by the Illuminati. I was at the house of a man out in a rather wonderful man out in the Pacific Northwest, and he quite casually showed me an initiation manual for the Illuminati that was printed in 1910, and I don't think I've ever seen or heard of the existence of such a book before or since. I'm going to have Robert Anton Wilson on this program sooner or later. He's the expert on this issue of, are there illuminated individuals? Is there anybody out there who really knows the whole truth? You know, people in this close encounter experience tend to be full of questions rather than answers. The ones that are full of answers are usually kind of scared of facing the fact that we don't know what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real mystery. I mean, I think that's part of the... I guess you're going to have other callers, so I'll hold my comments. Why don't you take another caller? Thanks, Craig.
Yeah, thanks very much, Craig. It was a good call. Okay, Carl. The last time Carl was on, and he's been very patient. He's called many, many times since then. We challenged him, and he is going to respond now to that challenge. Hi, Carl.
Hello, Whitley. Hello, Dr. Mack.
Hey.
I met you both at the 97 Roswell meetings. I met with you briefly at the bathroom, and I gave you an extinction cycle letter.
Which one of this are you talking to?
To Dr. Mack.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The reason that we have this extraordinary visitations of all of these different aliens is that we are their creators, not the other way around. There are certain classes of these aliens that are tampering with our genetics, i.e. trying to interbreed and crossbreed and escape a purification and cleansing that is coming to our Earth. This is part and parcel of the extinction cycle of events that I spoke to you about, Whitley, several months ago.
Carl, tell us about where your sources come from, how you get this information.
I am the true Messiah. I am the creator of creators. In my genes, in my genetic makeup, is the restoration of the gene pool that we require, and that is one of the three.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
When you say this, and this is sort of your spiel, you say this whenever you come on the air, or a version of it, are you really saying, are you speaking for all mankind, or is this a personal thing?
For all life in the universe, Whitley.
Okay. So in other words, what you're saying is that this is not Carl. This is, you are expressing the meaning, in your words, the meaning or the sense of all living creatures.
Yes, I am the father of all life in this universe.
But his question is,
and
are
again,
you saying that you as an individual are, or you as a participant in the whole cosmic fabric or human race or whatever?
I am the creator of creators.
As an individual, you mean?
Not as an individual per se, but in my genetics is encoded.
Right.
As
Could
gene
you
pool.
say that of each of us? In other words, could I say that of myself, or Whitley of himself?
Each of you are co-creators in this endless universe.
Yeah,
and
okay,
you are the forefathers and foremothers of these alien beings that are back tampering with our genes. Now, there are two classes of alien beings that are literally tampering, i.e. crossbreeding, with our species. And they themselves are from our own ancient futures, and they are trying to keep their creators, which are the evil and the wicked on this earth, alive through what we have coming ahead of us now.
Well, you've seen this in you've had visions of this. Is that it?
It's in my blood because.
But I mean, the knowledge is something that you just sort of know, or you've been informed of this, or
it's genetically encoded in my genes, and each of us has some form of that left. Even my own genes are polluted. But we're short on time here, and I can't explain all of that to you now.
Okay, Carl, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was fascinating and strange and maybe true and maybe we don't know. But we do know we have a number of other callers. Let's go to Jim in Las Vegas. Okay, Jim? Oh, excuse me, Ian in Visalia, California. You're on the cell. Ian? Okay, you're on the air.
Oh, well, first of all, I just wanted to make a comment about the Illuminati.
Yeah?
The Illuminati are simply the people that are of a higher spiritual nature. They're more cerebral than other people. That's all they are. They're not a clique. They're just people that are of a higher mental order.
Okay, do you have a question for Dr. Mack?
Have either of you ever had an out-of-body experience?
John?
actually,
I have.
I can't say that I have. I mean, I think that
I was poisoned with LSD, strychnine, and methamphetamine.
Who did that to you?
Some guy that didn't like people in the military during Vietnam when I was on leave, and gave me some of that.
This is when you were in Vietnam?
No, I was home on leave.
I mean, you had served in the Vietnam War, and then you came home
during the Vietnam War, yeah. But I was home.
I wouldn't have believed this, but I've heard from reliable people that there was.
I was in a hospital. I was lying on a hospital bed at the time in Denver, Colorado, and I felt my whole body just became rigid and cold. And suddenly, it was just like if you know what a fisheye lens looks like through a camera?
But someone gave you LSD without your knowledge or without your agreement?
No, we were three guys, and we knew we were going.
Ian, we got to keep going because we got a load of calls here.
I'm trying to explain something to you.
Okay, well, let's do it.
What happens? Hello?
Yeah, we're here. We're all listening to you, but you got to do it.
What happens is that it's just like a flash. All of a sudden, you're up above everything, and you're looking down as if you were
Yeah, we
looking
gotta
through
end
a
if you're-
fisheye lens.
If you have a question to ask it, because we got to
It's not
move
a
on.
question. I'm
Okay.
telling you what it's like, because I've lived
Thank
through
you
it.
very, very much for your comment, and we're going to go to Jim in Las Vegas. Jim, you're on the air.